Jason just came in for nothing. Welcome back, everybody, to Grom Sim TV for the GV8 series. Sorry about that if you were watching before, but we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we got it fixed. So we are here at Mid-Ohio. Excuse me, for 2 rounds here, actually 2 races, but we do call it 2 rounds. We got 2 20-lappers with the first one with a standing start, and then the second one we're going to have a rolling start with a 20-lapper with a mandatory pit stop. So as of right now, qualifying's about 2.5 minutes left in it. We have Nigel Baines sitting on pole with a 125.186. Tony Klistrom sitting second, about a second behind him with a 126.006. Martin Carroll is a 126.026, so Tony and Martin are not too far behind. Great Car is sitting fourth right now, 126.353, and then Glenn Sidman, our silent stalker, sitting fifth right now with a 126.653. So that's the top 5 right now. Looks like Nigel's pretty much going to take this one for pole. So I don't know. We were discussing earlier who we had. I picked Nigel, and Avery McDonald's here with me. He picked Martin Carroll, and then we kind of threw a wild card in there for Tony Klustrom. But it looks like just about anybody in the top 5 or 6 can probably win this with a with a little bit of wild card and a little bit of luck. Anybody could pull it out. The biggest thing here is elevation changes and the heat. It makes this track a little bit slippery. I ran practice here with them just before qualifying, and I couldn't get my car to go straight if I wanted to. It's pretty slippery out there, and yeah, the elevation changes here are quite hard on these cars because with a lot of horsepower, all it takes is coming over a crest and you step on the pedal just a little bit too hard, and your car is sideways off in the grass.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of room for mistakes, so it's going to be really the driver who takes the least amount of mistakes who I think is going to end up winning this race. All these drivers are fantastic drivers in the series, so the chance for a mistake is a lot slimmer than usual. So once again, it's going to be who makes the least amount of mistakes, as in pretty much every race.
Yeah, that's the thing here. You mentioned before that a lot of people compared it to Bathurst, which I do agree with the elevation changes and everything, but there's quite a bit of room for runoff here. But the biggest thing is it's grass, and you do carry a little bit of speed, so even if you do slide off the road, most of the time you're going to end up hitting that barrier out there and kind of tweaking the car. So yeah, it's pretty much like Bathurst without having to climb a mountain, essentially.
Yeah, it looks like qualifying is just getting over right now. They're getting ready to go. It looks like Nigel Baines will be starting on the pole, so congratulate him. Some of the drivers are just finishing up their laps before they get into gridding.
Yeah, congratulations to Nigel. He did that was one heck of a run. His looks like Martin Carroll did come in second he's on the outside pole, the 125.486. So they were only separated by 0.3 of a second, which is that's pretty fast laps there for this track.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of these drivers, compete in like the V8s of America series that runs on, I believe, Friday nights. So They got that experience of that week already here at Mid Ohio, so it's gonna be tough. The biggest thing here is experience at one of these tracks, because this is a heavy car. Have you guys seen all season long, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fantastic race.
Yeah, it's gonna be yeah, it should be really, 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 really good to see. I am noticing that our commentator from last season, Comus Craft Kane was which we call him, is he actually qualified 10th, which is pretty good for him. Uh, he didn't, not too bad. I think he's got a chance to make a top 5 for this race.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, with Nigel starting on the pole, it's gonna be a tough race for him. So tough race for the other drivers to get used to running with someone that is just consistently putting laps down. Has been consistently putting laps down all season, but I think this is a track where he kind of shines.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong. I was had a little bit of technical difficulties. Nigel Baines is on the pole uh, for this first race. Martin Carroll is running second. Tony Kluserman third. Greg Carr fourth. Glenn Sidman fifth. Mario Gerard sixth. Jason Lundy seventh. Nils Jordan eighth. Val DiPietro, sorry Val, ninth. Thomas King Craft in 10th. 11th is Peter Hebron, and rounding out the field is Kyle Heron. Yeah, and that first corner is it's a flat sweeper. So even if you carry a little bit of speed and try to tap the brake, you got to tap the brakes. You can't be on the brakes too hard. Looks like we got a green flag here. Nigel Baines is jumping out into the lead. Looks like Tony and Marty are gonna fight for second coming around the first corner. Looks like everybody's kind of filing through here. Mario and Glenn Sidman are fighting for sixth there. Coming down into turn two, looks like Mario and Glenn are still kind of fighting side by. Oh yeah, they're fighting side by side. I don't know if Mario's gonna have enough oomph to get down here before turn four. They're having a drag race here all the way down to the bottom. They're still side by side. Let's see who's gonna outbreak who.
One of the passing opportunities going here at Mid Ohio, which is turn number 4, where you'll see some of the passes. You'll be seeing passes most likely turn number 1, turn 2, and turn 4.
Yeah, I think Mario just gave him that one just to have, so he didn't have to fight him through the S's up here. So he just kind of let up and let Glenn go by, and he's just gonna follow him around the track. Looks like everybody's single file through here already, and just kind of getting their bearings and trying to get at least the first lap through, so they can get start hard charging here.
Yeah, right now we got SDC Racing 1 and 2. SDC Tony Kluseman for Never Quit Racing. Team B sitting in position number 3, Greg Carr 4th, and Glenn Sidman rounding out your top 5. Greg Carr, your points leader right now by 168 points. So, with one W, he's going to try to go back to back this season. Look at Marty Carroll's going to look a little bit to the inside of Nigel Baines as they exit turn number 2.
Yeah, it didn't look like it worked out. He's just gonna follow Nigel around, and Nigel's pretty fast, so he's just gonna keep behind him and see if he can make him make a mistake. But even though he's a teammate, he still wants to pull out a win.
Yeah, right now we're gonna go to the back of the field. Right now we got Mario Gerard, oh, not the back of the field. Mario Gerard and Jason Lundy. They're battling right now within about a half second. Mario Gerard, driving for Road Shark Racing. His teammate Peter Hevron's in the 10th position right now, trying to hold off Jason Lundy. Jason Lundy is one of the independent drivers in the series. Nels Jordan is also an independent driver, leading the independent point standings.
Yeah, Val is independent also, but yeah, he's a little bit farther down the points here, or individual points, I believe.
Yeah, Val's made eight of the 10 races this season, doing a fantastic job. He's had 7 top 10s, so he's doing a great job. So not bad of a percentage. 87%, 87.5% to be exact.
Yeah, that's pretty good for Val. He's hanging in there and trying to make the majority of the races. That's the biggest thing, is if you show up to every race and try your hardest, you might come out with a pretty good spot. It's like Jason is trying to put some pressure on Mario coming in at 3 and 4. He's not quite close enough, but he's trying to let him know that he's back there still, and trying to remind Mario, don't make a mistake, because I will get around you no matter what.
Yeah, Nigel Baines and Mario is just trying to put some quick laps in. He knows it's a 20-lap race. He's going to try to save them tires. But let's go back and take a look at Greg Carr right now, who's holding off his teammate from Never Quit Racing, Glenn Sidman. Greg Carr won last season's points championship by a landslide. But right now, I mean, the way the race has been going, every driver in the top, I'm going to say top 4, top 5, has a shot to take home the points championship. But it's good to see Greg Carr out in front and Glenn the Silent Stalker sitting in second place. You know, last week Greg Carr took home his first victory of the season at Bathurst, when it won the biggest races of the season. So congrats to him on winning that race.
Looks like Tony Klusman is starting to catch up to Marty Carroll here. He's probably I believe he's about a second behind. Yeah, second and a half behind right now. He's starting to gain up and starting to shut the door.
Yeah, right now we're going on board with Tony Klusterman. Tony Klusterman, driver of the Never Quit Racing Ford Falcon. You know, one thing I know a lot of V8 supercar fans that can't wait for is to get that Holden V8 out, which iRacing has announced that will be coming out soon.
Oh yeah, the Ford and Holden rivalry is going to be ecstatic here on iRacing. It's going to be crazy. Oh, somebody went off the track. Looks like I couldn't tell who it was. Looks like Marty Carroll went off the track.
Marty Carroll went off the track. That is correct. Oh, and he kind of pulls out in front of Greg Carr. I'm going to say the most respectable thing he could have done. Oh, and Greg Carr just looks like he dumps him.
Looks like I don't know what, if he was going too slow, and Craig sideways. He's off the track now too. He's gonna go down, and looks like he's gonna tap the barrier. Hopefully just get it back, turn around, and get back on the track. But yeah, I don't know if Marty got up there and just was going way too slow, and then I think Greg probably locked up the brakes and just got behind him, got underneath him.
Yeah, he kind of just pulled out in front of him, as you see on this replay, and I think Greg just kind of said, "Dude, I wasn't really pretty. I did not appreciate that."
Yeah, Greg is now back behind Peter Hebron, so he's pretty much down in last place right now, pretty close.
I hate to see that though, but I'm sure Greg Carr didn't appreciate what happened there. And I obviously have driver's chat muted, so I can't hear what they're saying right now, or if anything's going on. But that's too bad for Marty Carroll, who I picked to win the race, and Greg Carr, who's coming off his best race of the season.
Yeah, we're only, on lap 5 now, so he's got a little bit of time to make it back up, and then he's got all of the 20 laps for the next race. So now he gets to try to play catch up and see if he can, how far he can make it up.
Yeah, I think one thing he's going to try to do is he's going to try to learn maybe a little better way around the racetrack. You know, he's kind of in the back, you know, sitting in 10th place right now. Going to maybe try to find a faster way around the track where he can learn for the next race. This later this evening.
Right. Either that or he's going to get up and see if he can catch up to Marty and maybe have a little grudge match, but I don't think that's the way Craig is. So I think, yeah, he's just going to use this as a learning lesson and try to hot lap it essentially and see if he can make some positions up so he can get a little bit better spot for next race.
Right now we're looking at Mario Girard and Jason Lundy, about a half second in between. Both drivers have had a very good season so far. Mario, 2 top 5s out of his 9 races, so not probably what he would be looking for, but Lundy rocking it with 8 starts in the top 5. So he's learning every time, getting a lot better every race.
Look at that. It looks like Val has caught up to Nils. He's about a second or a little over a second behind Nils, so he's doing pretty good. He's trying to stay up there in that group and see if he's going to get a fighting chance. Maybe one of them might get a wheel off or something. He might get a position out of it.
Once again, want to get a big shout out, King Craft, making a pit stop already. Might have a little bit of damage to the car, but not quite sure. So big shout out to Kane for jumping in this season, actually doing some driving, so taking up the broadcast reign. So big shout out to our man King Craft.
Yeah, missing the other half of that, missing JD Smith. Hopefully he's watching, or hopefully he'll make it in for the next race. I don't know if something happened and he couldn't make it, but yeah, hopefully we'll see him tonight or on the next one.
I know it's good with the new job. It's kind of, I know he's missed a couple races because of that, but all power to him. Real kind fella. Right now, 14 laps remaining. Nigel Baines out in front with Tony Cluse. Tony Cluse driving for King B.
Looks like Jason got around Mario. Looks like Jason got around Mario and pretty much pulled away almost by almost 2 seconds here. So I don't know if Mario slipped and got off the road, or he finally just let Jason by. But Nils is now less than a half second behind Mario, and he's going to try to take this position. He's just on his back bumper coming into 3 and 4.
Yeah, looking at Mario Girard and Nils Jordan. See, Nils has always had a connection issue all race, but I'll tell you one thing. If there's anybody I'd be following that had a connection issue, that is Mario Girard from Road Shark Racing. Very respectable driver. He's had a couple of races this season. Starting 9 races. The start he wanted to get the season, but it's the medium job so far lately.
Yeah, but it's about this time last year is when Mario started to hard charge right after Bathurst. Last year he started driving a lot better and started actually figuring out the car. So hopefully he'll do the same thing this year. And after Bathurst, he'll start picking up some good podium spots or even a win or 2.
Yeah, definitely Mario's 39 points behind John Oliveira, who John was not here right now, so looks like a gain of position. But right now, Nigel Baines 5 second lead over Tony.
Yeah, and then it's 11 seconds back from 3rd to Glenn, and then 17 and a half seconds back to 4th, and a little over 18 seconds back to 5th. So Nigel has definitely put the face on. He is not afraid to just take off. Looks like Mario is now caught up to Jason. Looks like Jason had a little bit of squirrely coming out of 1, and now Mario is now in his draft coming down this little backstretch back here.
Yeah, Mario's starting to put on the pressure, trying to get Lundy to make that mistake. And we got right now Mario Girard, the man, knocking down the cones as he's moving forward. Road Shark Racing, all you do try to take it wide, but Lundy holds him off.
I think he was just trying to get a crisscross there going on him and see if we can get him down the hill before he hits the S's. No, he's going to fall right behind. He is definitely fighting him, though. He's right on his bumper. Nils is catching up too, so this might turn into a 3-way battle here before the end of the lap.
Like we were saying earlier, that this track is a very tough track for passing.
Yeah, but with these cars, all they gotta do is get a little sideways, and it's pretty. All you gotta do is get the guy sideways in front of you, and you got a pretty good chance. So, whoa, looks like Jason took that one just a little wide. Mario just about ran into him.
They're going to get ready to go into turn number 1, one of the passing opportunities here on the speedway. Not the speedway, the race course. Looks like Mario wasn't close enough to get there, but I think Mario's a little bit faster. In turn number 1, we're going to see if he's going to try to make the overtake going into turn number 2.
Yeah, he's definitely trying. I don't know. I think he's a little bit too far behind now. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like Jason had a little bit better run off one, so he got a little bit more of a drag race down there.
We're gonna bring up the Val DiPietro and actually we're gonna go to Marty Carroll coming up into 7th place position, just sitting behind Niels Jordan. So we got a great battle on our hands for these positions for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th right now.
Yep, there he goes. There, Marty just went by Nils for 6. So yeah, I was just gonna mention that Marty was catching Nils there, and you got all over it. So that's just good eyes before I caught it.
I thank you. I appreciate that compliment. Oh, look at Lundy.
He is. Wow, yeah, they're both. Oh, him and Mario were sideways, and that's just giving Marty just even more chance to catch up to him. I think Marty's gonna have. He's gonna try to get up here in the top 5 before the end of this race. He's hard charging, trying to get back up there.
Yeah, Marty Carroll involved in an incident a couple laps in the race with a great car. Watch out for Mario Girardi and try to hold on Marty Carroll, because I know Marty Carroll's coming. He's gonna try to get set up for a good turn 1 and maybe look for the overtake going into turn number 2.
Yeah, Greg is he's back at 9th still. He's looks like he's about 5 seconds away from Val, so he's got a little bit of work to do before he can catch up to the group where Marty's sitting in. So he's got his work a little cut out for him. He's got about half this race down, so he's got a little bit more time, but hopefully he can get up there a few more spots.
Marty and Mario side by side. Marty Carroll looks to the right side of Jason Lundy. Can he make it stick? He does, but he's gonna have to give Lundy some room as he goes through turn number 5.
Whoa, sideways! Whoa! Try not to run into each other, guys. Mario's diving on the inside of Jason there.
Marty Carroll makes the overtake, gets into position number 4. 2 spots where he was sitting when the caution, when the wreck came out. We got 10 laps remaining here. We're halfway through race number 1 here on the middle line.
Yeah, that was great driving by Marty Carroll and Mario and Jason for not sliding sideways and banging into each other doing that. So all great driving by all 3 of them. Looks like Jason just got out in the grass. Mario and Nils passed Jason now. So yeah, Jason's now falling back.
We got 10 laps remaining. We're going to go to our Get Dirty MX halfway. We got Nigel Bain sitting in the 1st position, Tony Klussman 2nd, Clint sitting in 3rd, Marty Carroll 4th, we got Mario Girard 5th, in 6th we got Nils Jordan, 7th place Jason Lundy, 8th place Val DiPietro, 9th Greg Carr, 10th Kyle Heron, 11th Peter Hebron, and 12th place Kane Krause. Great race here so far. Big shout out to GetDirtyMX.com for sponsoring Gross MTV.
Yeah, it looks like the Mario and Nils and everybody are kind of starting to space themselves out, trying to catch Martin now. So yeah, unless somebody gets sideways here, it looks like they're gonna kind of be pretty well gapped.
Looking at Mario Girard right now, he's going to try to hold off Nils Jordan, as Nils is about a second behind him, with Lundy about a second behind Jordan. So, we got some good battling, great battling throughout the racetrack right now. Lundy trying to catch up to Jordan.
Yeah, it looks like after he had that off, whoa, he's a little sideways coming out of there. I was just going to say, after he had the off a little bit at the lap before, and looks like he was finally starting to get his rhythm back, and he had a little sideways there, so hopefully he didn't lose too much time doing that little drift coming out of there. Looks like Nigel is, he's got a 9-second lead over Tony Klustrone right now. He is just out cruising on a Sunday drive. Not unless something happens to him. I think he might have this one in the bag.
Yeah, but you never know with Nigel having them connection issues. We're going to take a look at Glenn Sidman. We're going to see how he's sitting in that third position. We'll see how the competitive lap to lap right now. It's got Glenn Sidman running at 127.3, which is a fantastic lap time. And Marty Carroll running some fantastic times. Marty Carroll running the 126.9, so a little bit quicker, but with 8 laps remaining, not quite enough to get that position from him.
Looks like Nils is caught back up to Mario for 5th, within a second of each other. So this is gonna get interesting before the end of the race. Looks like either Mario keeps getting a little sideways, or Nils is just running his heart out, just trying to get up in this 5th position.
We got battles all over the track. DiPietro trying to catch up to Lundy, about a second behind Lundy, so we'll see if DiPietro can catch up to Lundy at all.
Actually, that's a great car in front of him. Great car got around him. So great car is now sitting in 8th.
So great car is moving. He's going to try to catch up to make the pass on Lundy.
And I'm really impressed the way Marty's driving since that little spin out. He's climbed all the way back up to 4th place now. He's about 10 seconds behind Glenn Sidman. So I don't think he's gonna catch it by the end of the race, but he's gonna have a really good starting spot for the next one.
Yeah, definitely. Keep it number, guys. The starting spots for race number 2 are go by your finishing results from race number 1.
Oh, Peter's off. Looks like he just got lapped. He pulled off the road, trying not to get ran over by trying to get out of everybody's way, trying to get out of Nigel's, but he's now fallen a lap down.
Yeah, big shout out Peter Hebron sitting 14th in the points. He's getting better every single race, so big props to Peter for just doing a fantastic job this season. Right now, we're looking at
Nigel's now catching up to Kane. He's gonna become a lap down here pretty soon too. So Nigel's running fast enough. He's actually starting to put people lap down. Oh, Kane goes off. He's not gonna hurt anybody. Hopefully he gets out of the way here of Nigel. I think he's just gonna pull off the side of the road here. Yeah, it is. Just lets him go by.
Yeah, Nigel Danger's putting some killer lap times in. Looks like Marty Carroll won't be able to close the gap on Glenn Sidman. They're running about the same lap times, but Great Car is looking to close on to just only about a second and a half.
Oh, and he just goes off the road.
Yeah, Great Car just driving to trying to get the best finish he can for the Never Quit Racing.
Yeah, Greg was catching Jason and he just slid off the road there, so that just erased all that gap that he just made up.
5 laps remaining. Just Nigel Bain just putting some killer lap times, trying to win his 6th race of the season. You know, continue his dominance so far this season.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's having any connection issues, so that's going to be a good thing for him. He'll be able to finish a race and collect some points. Closest race on the track right now is Nils Jordan is still trying to chase down Mario Gerard. It looks like they're only about a second within each other, so that's the closest battle right now on the track.
Yeah, great car lost a little bit of time to Jason Lundy. He's going to try to make it up with 4 laps remaining. Once again, big shout out to Get Dirty MX for sponsoring Grouse MTV. If you want to check out to help a company that helps get kids into motocross, check them out. They do a fantastic job. I know not everybody will be able to see the next Ryan Villapoto, and Ryan Villapoto won't be able to be here for his whole lifetime, so might as well try to help out some other kids to get up to his, try to live the dream.
Oh yeah, every little bit helps to try to make that dream happen. Nigel is just on a blistering pace. He's now 13 seconds over second place. He is just off and gone.
Yeah, right now, Mario Girardi just pulling away from Nils Jordan right now. It is pretty much the closest battle on the racetrack. Looking at Nigel Baines, about 14 seconds ahead of Tony Clouston. Big props. Tony Clouston been driving to Never Quit Racing. Team B, where his teammate is in 3rd place.
Yeah, Nigel runs for the Spotty Dog Cakes, and Tony is Never Quit Racing. So these are the top 2, or the 2 biggest clubs here in Gross M. So it's kind of a dogfight between the 2 of them right now.
Yeah, right now, 3 laps remaining. Looking at Nigel Baines, we're going to move over to Mario Girard, as he's going to try to keep holding off Nils Jordan.
Greg Carr is trying to catch Jason Lundy. He was about 3 seconds behind. It looks like the gap is now closing up a little bit, so he's definitely going to try until the end to see if he can gain another spot.
Yeah, definitely been doing a fantastic job so far. You know, got into that incident with Marty Carroll, but you know, he's working his way up. You know, trying to take home 7th place.
Yeah, Grey Car is now within about a second of Jason Lundy. Oh, Jason he got sideways and had to pull over, and Greg just went on by him.
We're looking at Nigel Baines right now going down the long straightaway here at Mid-Ohio, take that white flag, 1 to go. See if he can hang on and with his 15-second lead.
Unless something catastrophic happens, I think he's pretty much won this one.
Coming out of the final turn, the white flag is out in the air for Nigel Baines. The number. Nigel Baines driving a beautiful race car for the Spy Dog Cakes. You know, trying to hang on. Big shout out to him for doing a fantastic job so far in the race. But Mario Girard looks like he's going to hold off Lundy to take this, keep in the top 5. Kloosterman working his way into turn number 2. He's about 11 seconds ahead of Glenn Sidman. Nigel Baines working his way around the track, and get ready to get onto the long straightaway here at Mid-Ohio. Not as long as turn 3, but he's on the straightaway. See, looks like that was not Peter Hebron or Kyle. I think Kyle Heron went off the track just to get some room. Not quite sure who that was, but as you see, coming into turn number 12. Gonna exit out at turn number 13, coming to the checker flag. Your winner, the number 36 Spy Dog Cakes, Nigel Baines. Congratulations, Nigel Baines. We're looking at Tony Kloosterman, gonna take home the 2nd position for Never Quit Racing. Glenn Sidman gonna take home 3rd. That's when Marty Carroll starting to catch up to Sidman, but he's going to hang on and take home the 3rd position. Marty Carroll looks like he'll be taking home the 4th position.
And Nils is still trying to catch Mario, but I don't think he's going to have enough here. I think he's too far behind, and looks like Mario's going to finish 5th unless something happens in the next corner or so. But Mario's going to be 5th, and Nils is going to be 6th.
And Nils Jordan taking home 6th place. Big run for Marty Carroll. Coming from the incident, great car coming home 7th. We're going to get Jason Lundy coming home in 8th. Valentí Pietro 9th. Kyle Heron in 10th. Kane Kraft 11th. And Peter Hebron 12th, who's currently off the track. We're going to see if we can bring in Tony Kloosterman for a quick interview. Hey Tony, it's Avery McDonald up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Hi, Avery.
Hey Tony, he took home a solid 2nd place finish. How'd the race go for you, bud?
Very well. Off behind Nigel and Marty at the start there, and just trying to keep up with Marty. And it looks like he maybe braked a little late going into that right-hander. And it was a good steady pace, and kept my distance between Nigel and Glenn behind me, so it was good.
Going into race number 2, you got a rolling start. You'll be starting 2nd, pretty much a good prime position. What's it going to take to try to get around Nigel Baines on the start?
Well, that first corner, that first left-hander is pretty tricky, and we're going to have to give it a try there. We'll see if we can get a jump. But Nigel's pretty much going to dictate the start, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, Tony, thanks for joining us here tonight, and good luck to you in the next race.
Thanks, Avery.
That's Tony Kloosterman. We're going to bring down Marty Carroll for a quick interview. Matt?
Marty, is Matt. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that was you were running pretty good. What happened there? When you got off the track and then you got back on, and looks like you got tapped, or what happened there?
Yeah, it was just, Greg just apologized for that. He just got into him. He thought he had a bit better of a run on me coming back on track, and yeah, I just had a bit of a brake lock up going into 3, and as I come back on and over the top of the hill there, he just thought he had a bit more of a run than he did, and just turned me around, but no one's to blame but myself. I shouldn't have run off in 3 in the first place.
Yeah, that's just the way racing is. That was a heck of a drive. You got back up the 4th. You think you got something for Nigel?
If I can keep it on track, this thing's like driving on a ice skating ring that's designed for a go-kart.
Yeah, I ran a little bit of practice before you got in for practice, and yeah, I couldn't. It took me everything in my power to keep the car straight. So, hopefully, starting 4th, you got a pretty good. You're gonna have a pretty good run. You're gonna be right behind Tony, so hopefully, something. I don't mean anything for something to happen, but hopefully luck goes your way and you can try to get up there to the top.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. Those NQR boys, Tony and Glenn, they've been driving awesome lately, and they've really stepped up their game. And Nigel's in his career best form, so they're definitely not making it easy for me.
Well, if it made it easy for you, then we wouldn't have that much fun up here. So hopefully we'll talk to you after the next one.
Awesome. Thanks very much, guys.
That was Marty Carroll. We're going to bring in Kane Kraft real quick, and then we'll bring you the second race. Hey, Kane, it's Avery up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, Kane, it's good to see you back out on the racetrack. How'd the race go for you tonight at Mid-Ohio?
I started off and kind of goofed up right at the start and had to back out whenever I had launched the race and had to start from the pits. And so that kind of cost me right off the start. But the car felt good and I felt like I was having some decent time. So we'll see how the second one goes. Maybe, so if I'll start with the rest of the guys, maybe I'll have a little bit funner race, having something to do other than just drive around the track.
Well, Kane, we're used to having you up in the booth, but you're doing a fantastic time driving. So just want to thank you for all you guys have done with the broadcast side, and keep up the good work on the track.
Well, you've been doing a good job yourself, so you keep up the good work up there.
Well, don't make me blush. Thanks, Kane. Good luck in the next race, bud.
All right, see you next time.
I'm going to bring in Nigel Baines real quick, a winner of the first race. Hey, Nigel, you got a copy?
I sure do, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good. Nigel taking home the 6th win of the season after a rough race last week. Taking home race number 1 here at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, rough race the last 3 weeks, really, I guess.
2 weeks.
Just happy to stay on the track as far as my connection's concerned. So, fingers crossed, we'll stick around for the next one too.
Yeah,
Well,
hopefully you gave your internet provider a little bit of an earful of those last couple of weeks.
I did the 1 week, and in fairness, like all through the week, I generally have no problems. It seems to be when I come to a Monday night, for whatever reason, it's been kicking me out of the hosted room. So, all week, whatever I'm racing in, I've had no issues. So fingers crossed it's behind us, and we can put another solid race together for race 2.
Well, Nigel, starting first in the next race. Good luck to you, buddy. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That was Nigel Baines. This is Gross MTV here at Mid-Ohio. We'll be back to you in just a moment for the race number 2.